The candles burn a little lower every time I raise my glass. I count the feathers on the floor and let the evening pass. The dealer knows my face by now. The barman knows my name. I came down from a higher place to play a mortal game. I knew the price before I fell. I read the terms and chose this well. One more feather, one more night, one more reason to stay. One more feather, one more flight. I'm giving heaven away. The roulette wheel is spinning, and I feel the velvet pull. I lay another feather down and let the silence fill. No angel weeps for what I've lost. No heaven calls me back. I found my truth in cigarette smoke fading into black. I knew the price before I fell. I read the terms and chose this well. One more feather, one more night, one more reason to stay. One more feather, one more flight. I'm giving heaven away. They say I'm falling, I say I'm arriving. Every smell I lost is proof that I've been living. The wings grow thin, but the heart grows full. This is the only heaven worth the pull. One more feather, one more night, one more reason to stay. One more feather, one more flight. I'm giving heaven away. I never knew this voice could hold a room so still. A thing I carried lightly like a whisper on a hill. But they keep coming back here through the smoke and through the door. The worker and the warden and the ones who run the war. I watched them close their eyes and finally understood. My voice was always worth more than I thought it could. The voice is the one wing I never lost. The only truth that heaven couldn't cause. They come for the music and I finally see. This is the one part of heaven still left in me. was these nights. I watched them close their eyes and finally understood my voice was always worth more than I thought it could. The voice is the one wing I never lost, the only truth that heaven couldn't cost. They come for the music and I finally see this is the one part of heaven still left in me. The velvet air is thick with amber glow, where sapphire flames dance soft and slow. You stumble lost within my sight and drop your will without a fight. My painted nails draw lines so fair around the throne where you sit there. I spin your pain into a thread and tie the knots around your head. Dance for the queen of silken chains. Move to the beat my hand contains. I'll weave your soul and pulse as one beneath my moon and midnight sun. One touch and you will bend so low. One glance and down you'll surely go. I hold the air inside your chest until you fade into my rest. You move with grace so free, but every step belongs The silver glass is tilted just right, polished till it shines so bright. She stands before the frame so fair, turning shadows into light with care. You walk in with a map in hand, searching treasures in the sand. But the woman in the corner sly, 1,000 tales neath velvet sky. She's the canvas for your lonely mind, the vintage soul and wine you find, the saint and sinner in your sleep, the secret that you vow to keep. The image is as sweet to see, a hollow church where perceptions meet. No one knows her real life shade, beneath a silver light she's made. Each man brings his bucket down, drinking dreams that he has found. One sees mother, one sees queen, strangest vision ever seen. She wears your hopes like lace so wide, answering the calls inside. But she's just glass reflecting street, a ghost where strangers come to meet. She's the canvas for your lonely mind, the vintage soul and wine you find, the saint and sinner in your sleep, the secret that you vow to keep. The image is as sweet to see, a hollow church where perceptions meet. No one knows her real life shade, beneath the silver light she's made. The vanity holds masks untold. You chase rose while thorns stay cold. Peel the layers, lacquer too. You know her if the truth shone through. The one you kiss in dark so stark is just a flame without a spark. She's the canvas for your lonely mind, the vintage soul and wine you find, the saint and sinner in your sleep, the secret that you vow to keep. The image is as sweet deceit, a hollow church where perceptions meet. No one knows a real light shade, beneath the silver light she's made. The ice is sweating on the crystal rim, while shadows stretch across your tired skin. We sit inside this oxygen so thin, watching the silence sharpen like a pen. I could mention how the seasons rust, or how your eyes avoid me when they must. But the air is thick with all the dust of words we choke on when we lack the trust. The table between us is a desert plain, a wooden mile we never dare to cross. We search for exits but we stay in chains, counting the cost of every circle on the coaster's face, searching for a crack within the shade. I'm a ghost in some forgotten space, nailed against the walls that time decay. There are stories built on broken bones, promises that turn to shifting sand. We are prisoners in these silent zones, two lost souls who can't reach the land. The space between us is a frozen sea. One word would break this fragile glass, so we keep the peace mechanically, locked inside this gilded cage of past. Then the brass begins its broken moan, then they collide into a bleeding song. Her golden voice speaks what we disown, whispering secrets from its metal tongue. It tells the pain beneath your chest, it screams the hunger I suppress. The read is true, how we confess, we're phantoms trapped in loneliness. She moves through the alleyways of old brick and dust, with a ledger made of velvet and a heart full of rust. She keeps a long tally on the back of her hand, counting every soul left in this hollowed land. She sits by the fountain where the copper turns green, the sharpest collector this dark town has seen. She don't want your silver or the gold on your shelf. She wants the deep engine that powers yourself. She watches the pendulum and counts every beat, waiting for the moment when your life is complete. She never asks twice for the spark in your chest, just marks down your name and she takes all the rest. The vault overflows with the pulse of the crowd, a silence so loud it could tear through a cloud. Her balance grows heavy, the ink's turning cold. Another red pound for the stash in the hole. The suitors all tremble when they see her approach. She arrives like a storm in her black wooden coach. They offer up flowers, they offer up song, but she takes what was hers all along. One look is a summer's, no chance to deny, spinning your fate as the records all die. She never asks twice for the spark in your chest, just marks down your name and she takes all the rest. The vault overflows with the pulse of the crowd, a silence so loud it could tear through a cloud. The balance grows heavy, the ink's turning cold. Another red pound A thin cigar burns in a silver tray. Ice melts slow while the piano players play. I shed my wings at the heavy oak door, just a stranger treading on a polished floor. Taste the nectar of a forbidden vine. Trade your gravity for a sip of mine. No more tethered hearts in the smoky blue. Savor the hunger that is leading you. Silk charcoal vest hides the scars on my back. I find the rhythm that the mortals lack. The spotlight finds a glass of golden rye. Watch the halo vanish in a blink of an eye. Taste the nectar of a forbidden vine. Trade your gravity for a sip of mine. No more tethered hearts in the smoky blue. Savor the hunger that is leading you. Saxophone moans like a saint in debt. I offer secrets you haven't whispered yet. Freedom is an elegant and lonely wait, decided by the dice on a porcelain plate. The clock is ticking, but the shadows stay. Why wait for heaven when it's miles away? Drink the lightning from a crystal rim. Let the choir fade as the lights go dim. Taste the nectar of a forbidden vine. Keep the gravity that you left behind. Every fallen spirit finds a home to light, bathed in the glow of the cabaret light. Taste the nectar of a forbidden vine. Keep the gravity that you left behind. Every fallen spirit finds a home tonight, bathed in the glow of the cabaret light. The ice is sweating in a crystal glass, while shadows lengthen on the polished brass. She leans against the velvet by the door, a silent auction on the marble floor. Men weigh their fortunes by the way she moves, counting the rhythm of her satin grooves. But every eye is fixed upon the prize, locked beneath the hunger of her eyes. Her smile is a mint where the gold is refined, a treasure the desperate are dying to find. costly than diamonds or vintage Bordeaux. The heaviest debt that a gambler could owe. One curve of her lips sets the city on fire. The ultimate ceiling of human desire. She pays out in glances but keeps the account of every soul broken by the final amount. The saxophone is pleading for a grace that never settles on a porcelain face. Negotiations falter in the dark. The air is heavy with a frozen spark. Currency fails when she looks at the crowd. The silence he carries is jagged and loud. A tycoon offers up a fleet of planes to ease the tension of the winter rains. A poet trades his vision for a touch, but nothing offered ever dies that much. She knows the valuation of the light that spills across the wreckage of the night. The chandelier is dimming in her wake. Measuring what heart she didn't have to break. The bidding war is over in her mind, leaving the hollowed out losers behind. The premium on mercy is soaring too high, under the cold and the colorless sky. Her smile is a mint where the gold is refined, a treasure the desperate are dying to find. More costly than diamonds or vintage Bordeaux. The heaviest debt that a gambler could owe. One curve of a lip sets the city on fire. The ultimate ceiling of human desire. She pays out in glances but keeps the account of every soul broken by the final amount. She walks in stilettos, sharp as knives, a whisper laced with venom lies. Her crimson lips tell tales untold, a heart of ice, a touch so cold. The room falls silent when she smiles, a spider weaving silver wiles. She holds the string, she plays the game. No one leaves the way they came. Oh, you think you're in control, darling, you're just part of the show. She'll let you think you've won the prize, then watch the light masquerade of dark disgrace. She trades in love and sells despair, a master of the art of snare. A puppet on a diamond string, and no mercy in her midnight grain. Just desire and sweet, sweet pain. Crimson queen of shadows, dancing through the gallows. She'll take a soul and make it sing. A puppet on a diamond string, no mercy. Lights blur like in through frosted glass. The sidewalk holds the echo of a stranger. I borrowed a name to let the real one pass, walking a tightrope of curated danger. Don't ask me for a truth I haven't earned. The air is heavy with the lessons never learned. This is the city of the hand-me-down soul, where your history is just a suit you rent. Every heartbeat is a hollow loophole, paying back a life that someone else spent. Identity is a mask with a silver crack. Give me your ghost and I'll give you mine back. I saw a woman with eyes like stolen glass. She spoke in a dialect she learned in a play, watching the decades and the shadows pass, waiting for a sun that would wash us away. She told me a tragedy she didn't survive. It's the only way we keep the fiction alive. This is the city of the hand-me-down soul, where your history is just a suit you rent. Every heartbeat is a hollow loophole, picking back a life that someone else spent. Identity is a mask with a silver crack. Give me your ghost and I'll give you mine back. We are the echoes of a bell that never rang, trading our origins for a better life. The sweetest melodies that the choir sang were written by ghosts under a charcoal sky. Nothing is authentic but the cold in your bones, a kingdom of aliens sitting on thrones. This is the city of the hand-me-down soul, where your history is just a suit you rent. Every heartbeat is a hollow you pull, paying back a life that someone else spent. Identity is a mask with a silver crack. Give me your ghost and I'll give you mine back. that someone else spent. Identity is a mask without a crack. Give me your ghost and I'll give you my back.
They walk past with their eyes on the glass, seeking silver in a shallow stream, looking for the glare that's built to last, but they only chase a fading beam. A velvet dress in a room of noise, I watch the frantic pace they keep, lacking balance and lacking poise, while the greatest secrets fall to sleep. They measure work by the loudest shout, by the gilding on a hollow door, never knowing what it's all about, always hungry for a little more. I hold my breath and I hold my peace, standing steady where the shadows lie, waiting for the frantic pulse to cease underneath the vast and silent sky. There is brilliance in the quiet dust, a treasure hidden in the cooling gray, far beyond the reach of a simple trust, for those who have the courage shout to wait. I find the diamond where the ashes lead, a victory that doesn't need a crowd, the kind of legacy that I will keep while the world is being brief and loud. The refinement isn't in the lace or the pearls that catch a wandering eye. It is written on a weathered face underneath a heavy winter sky. I've learned to value what the world describes, to find a pulse within a broken stone, to play the hand despite the ragged cards, and find a kingdom I can call my own. Confidence is not a jagged blade, it is the warmth of a steady fire, untouched by every passing shade, rising higher than a false desire. I wear my dignity like a second skin, refined by trials they will never know, finding where the genuine begins, in the places where the grasses grow. There is a clarity that few can see beneath the residue of yesterday, a spark that's waiting for a soul to be before the embers all are swept away. I sift the healthy gray with gentle hands, where others only find the cold regret, building empire along the barren sands, on a promise that is sturdy and yet. The velvet vault of midnight split in two, a silver streak came down to touch the ground. No thunder spoke to signal something new, just feathers floating soft without a sound. I left the heights for smoky rooms so low, where golden saxes hum a hazy tune, trading my light for shades that softly glow among the ghosts who dance beneath the moon. The heights were chains of silent frozen air. I crave the dark where amber kisses stay. Turn off the sunlight sharp. Down here the fire feels like lovers' arms. I sold my wings to taste the gin so dark. Let music pull me deep into its charms. My shoulders bend with weight of missing skies. This mortal dance has claimed me with its art. A shadow born from frost, that angel cries. My dress is sewn from threads of faded light. The stars no longer point the path I know. Each silhouette holds secrets wrapped so tight. Nowhere for lonely spirits left to go. The piano grins with teeth of ivory. It chews the echoes of a heaven song. This is the earth where broken things run free. This is the foil where I truly belong. The heights where chains are silent, frozen air. I crave the dark where ember kisses stay. Turn off the sunlight, up the lanterns there. Mark my fall with wine that stains the way. Above the clouds, the wind would bite so sharp. Down here, the fire feels like lovers' arms. I sold my wings to taste the gin so dark. Let music pull me deep into its charms. My shoulders bend with weight and missing skies. This mortal dance has claimed me with its art. A shadow born from frost, that angel cries. Above the clouds, the wind would bite so sharp. Down here the fire feels like lovers' arms. I sold my wings to taste the gin so dark. Let music pull my deep into its charms. My shoulders bend with weight of missing skies. This moral dance has claimed me with its art. A shadow mourns some frost, that angel cries. The ice is sweating blood against the crystal rim. The saxophone exhales a ghost of smoke and sin. You're staring at the exit like a sinking ship, while I map out the salt upon your lower lip. We traded every secret for a pulse and heat. Now the velvet curtains shiver at the heavy street. I am the fever burning through your Sunday best, a temporary shelter in a storm-tossed chest. You thought you bottomed out to where the silence dwell, but I only leased the corner of this dark hotel. The piano keys are clicking like a ticking bomb, waiting for the silence to reclaim its calm. One night of jagged lightning hit a shallow glass, a hurricane of shadows watching hours pass. We climbed the highest wire just to feel the drop, knowing that the spinning had to come to stop. Now Now the sunrise is a razor cutting through the gray, and the tide that brought me to you washes me away. One night of jagged lightning in a shallow glass, a hurricane of shadows watching hours pass. We climbed the highest wire just to feel the drop, knowing had the spinning had to come to stop. Now the sunrise is a razor cutting through the gray, and the tide that brought me to you washes me away. Don't look for any fingerprints upon the door. I've swept the broken promises across the floor. My perfume is a vapor in the morning chill, a predatory grace that's had its bitter fill. This city lakes up hungry for the plain and dry, underneath the hollow platform of a whitewashed sky. Adjust your tie and find the path you used to know. I was never something you could plant and grow. I'm the sudden thunder in a summer drought, the taste of copper stain in a thirsty mouth. The jazz is merely sawdust and the lights are dead. Find a different ghost to haunt your lonely bed. A hurricane, the shadows watching hours pass. We climb the highest wire just to feel the drop, knowing that the spring had to come to stop. Now the sunrise is a maker cutting through the gray, and the tide that brought me to you washes me away. Climb the highest wire just to feel the drought, knowing that the spin had to come to stop. Now the sunrise is a maker